Hey, welcome back. I hope you're enjoying the course so far. In this video, now I want to talk about the Instagram story highlights. So first of all, what are Instagram story highlights? So these are curated stories that are pinned on your profile and they are always present. So look at this example. Here's a profile, Kayla, and this is her Instagram feed, but look at all these stories here. These are stories that she have pinned on her profile, and this is what we call Instagram story highlights. Number 3, they show the most important information, or you can use these story highlights to highlight the most important information. So think about, what do people ask for in your business? What do people search for? And then you can use that information to create some story highlights. It's kind of like, when we go to someone's website, on the top there's the menu, and then we can navigate to different sections of that website or the business. So that's how I treat Instagram story highlights. It's a place where you can highlight the most important thing for your business. And we'll do a quick demo of how to add the story highlights. You basically need 2 things. Number 1, it's not necessary, but I would suggest that you turn on the auto archiving feature on your Instagram. This will allow Instagram to archive your stories longer than 24 hours. And number 2 is you will create your Instagram story highlights. We'll do a quick demo in a second. But here is the ways to use Instagram story highlights to wow your customers. So number 1, think of Instagram story highlights as a movie trailer of your Instagram feed or business. So number 2, show off your products and offers. Number 3, you can show off your customer testimonials. You can use Instagram story highlights to highlight the FAQs. So people don't have to go on different places to find the frequently asked questions. They can go to one place on your Instagram story highlights and get all the answers. You can also talk about the new product launches. And here are a couple of examples. Imagine if you are a restaurant, you can use Instagram story highlights on the top of your Instagram profile and highlight the menu items and specials. If you are a freelancer, you can use the Instagram story highlights to put some or show some testimonials and some highlights. Now, let's jump into the Instagram and I'll do a quick demo of how you can create these Instagram story highlights. So let's bring my Instagram. Here we are. So I'm gonna go to my Instagram, and first I'll show you, this is my profile at Ali Mirza 2K. And if you look on the top, so I have the first highlight, AMA, Ask Me Anything, then Marketing 101, then Ali Who. So this highlight gives people a quick background of who is this guy, Ali. So I'm the founder of iSocialU, growth marketer, and then just some information about me. And then Marketing 101, so I use my hobby graphs to talk about Marketing 101 in this highlight. So just kind of, I'm telling people who I am. And then the last one I actually just created today. So I hosted an AMA, Ask Me Anything Day, where people submitted their questions and then I answered them on Instagram stories. And then I created a story highlight. So it's gonna live on my profile almost forever. Now let's look at some other examples, see how other people are using these highlights. So first I want to show you Caitlin Batcher. So she has a course called Scale with Success, and if you look at her story highlight, so what she's doing, number 1, she's highlighting the people who have signed up in her course. And then towards the end, I believe she has a call to action. So she is inviting people to sign up for her course, Scale with Success. It's kind of like using the customer testimonials and then asking people to buy your product or service. Look at that, apply now. Now let's go to another example. And my friend Tabita, she runs a visual marketing company, or she has a course that teaches people how to use your mobile phone to create amazing images and videos. And if you look on the top, look at this. So she has fun polls, blogs, Pinterest, a lot of interesting stuff in her highlights. So she talks about, I'm gonna go inside tips. So I believe in this highlight, she talks about different tips. If you're iPhone owner and you want to know different hacks and tips or tricks that your iPhone can do, you can watch her content. Look at that. Really interesting. So she is using this story highlight to share quick tips. Here's another tip. You can turn your live photos into boomerang videos with the Lively app. Wow, I did not know that. Interesting. So now let's go back. Those were some examples of how different people are using Instagram story highlights. So how do you create one? It's very, very simple. So first of all, I would say go to your settings on the profile, and then I believe look for story settings right here, and then you want to turn on the save to archive right here, and this basically saves photos and stories in your archive, so you don't have to save them on the phone. I don't think you need it to create Instagram stories, but it's just good to have. Now to create the story highlights, all you have to do is click on this add button, add new. And now here are all of my recent stories. So the ones at the bottom are the recent stories that I created. What I can do is really the ones I want to include in my highlight, I can select those just like that and hit next, and that's it. So I can edit the cover, or I can select covers from other as well. So hit done, and then I can name this highlight. And by the way, you can also see some people use emojis, so you can do that as well. And then once you hit add, it will add this highlight to your Instagram profile. I'm not going to do it because I already have this highlight in the EMA section. This is exactly what I did a couple of hours ago. So this is how you can use the Instagram story highlights, and what it does is you can show the most important information or most relevant information in terms of stories on the top of your Instagram profile. They are always there until you go back and delete them, and you can attract more people and tell them more about your business using Instagram story highlights.